What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. What you looking at right now, this is a transgender dial they made and created. A transgender dial. Hold on. I want y'all to see this. Hold on. This is a transgender dial they made and created. A transgender dial. The dial have a penis. Hold on. Siri.
Yes?
Open up iPhone camera. Okay. I got to go inside my camera because my phone messed up. But look, right here, just so y'all can see this. This is a transgender dial with a penis. This is what they marketing, promoting, and trying to sell and target y'all children with. This is the new dial they came out with. A dress, hair, and a penis. Right. See, I keep telling y'all when people be like, oh, that ain't got nothing to do with us. Yeah, this has everything to do with y'all. This has everything to do with us. Because guess what? They targeting y'all children. This is what they teaching y'all children in school. This is what the new books is finna be. This is what the new cartoons are finna be right here. These sexual, perverted, wicked, evil people. This is what they doing. Adults. Grown up adults targeting, marketing y'all children to be homosexuals and lesbians. Look, we not gonna sugarcoat nothing. Let's just expose Satan for who he is. Let's put the target on his back for who he is and what he doing. What is the message they teaching y'all children? To suck dick, to get effed in the anus, to eat vagina. This is what they teaching the baby. That's exactly what they teaching them. I don't care how y'all try to dress it up. I don't care how they paint it. This is what they teaching our children and babies what to do. What the purpose of a penis with nuts and a penis hanging out doing on a dial that look like a woman? And why should children be exposed to this pervertedness, this perversion, this wickedness, this witchcraft, this evil in the name of freedom, opportunity, choice, rights? Right. So they have a right to rob our children of their innocence. They have a right to force our children into sexual acts when they are babies. They have a right to put this on our children. See, this is what I be trying to tell. Rights to who? Who writes? Who writes? So for y'all to have rights, in return, y'all violate our rights. Is this the message they saying? For their rights, they in return violate us of our rights. Look at this. That's basically what you're saying. Give us our rights and let us violate y'all of y'all rights. What I mean by that? They violate us of our rights because they want us to submit to this, surrender to this, agree to this. Let me show you how dangerous this is and why God do not play these games with us and why we are held accountable because we choose to compromise. Because what happens is they make us liars. They trying to tell us that this is right. And if we say it's wrong, then what happens is we violating their rights. So we have to say that something is right, which is really wrong, which makes us now liars. And according to the Bible, all liars will have a part in the lake of fire. All liars will have their part in the lake of fire. There's no ifs and buts about it, and there's no gray area in that. So for you to agree that a man is a woman who's actually a man, and you saying that, you are not only a liar, but you also compromise and you condone what God says we shouldn't. We have to stand for righteousness. We have to stand for truth, even if you don't want to, because guess what? When you don't do it, these are going to come out against you. They're going to come out against you. They give us no choice but to stand up and speak up for righteousness and truth. Because when you refuse to do it, This is why we deal with these situations. This is why we have these. This only came as a result of people not standing up for justice, truth, and righteousness. That's what lead to this. When y'all know the story about Sodom and Gomorrah, Sodom as in sodomizing anal, the cities in the Bible that God destroyed. It was 4 cities. It was Sodom and Gomorrah, and it was the cities surrounding it. God destroyed those cities because of the abomination of those acts and sins. Only to the point that when God destroyed those cities as an abomination of those acts and things wrong like that, what happened is those cities was destroyed because they compromised themselves, they agreed, they condoned the actions of the homosexuality and sodomizing, which was happening to the little children in the community and everything. Everybody in those states wasn't homosexual. Everybody in those cities, wasn't homosexuals. But they felt under the same judgment as it because they condoned it. They agreed to it and they had no problem with them passing it and making it law. And God destroyed those cities because of it. What is the message of that? When you do not stand up for righteousness, when you do not stand up for truth, and you allow these things to come in, what happens is then a lie fight against you. The lie then fight against you. It fight even harder against you because now it makes you subjected to it. And if you do not become subjected to it, it comes with penalty, consequences, your liberty, your freedom, and even your life. Even your life. When you do not fight and stand up for what is true. And what happened is if God destroyed those cities for doing it, then he also have to destroy the United States for doing it. Or it will prove it, or it will be made to seem like God is unjust, he was not fair, and he was not righteous. If he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah for passing it and making it a legal law to do those in those cities, and he destroyed it for it, and now America has become the first nation to ever legalize homosexuality thanks to Barack Obama, your black president, a nigga. Your black president, a nigga, for passing these laws to put the United States under the same judgment as Sodom and Gomorrah. And God will do it, just like he did to Sodom and Gomorrah. That's why we need praying believers and stand-up men and women all over the world to stand up for righteousness and overturn these wicked, evil, perversion things that damns us all. That damns us all. And this is what you're seeing happening all around the world. And this is what you're seeing happening in our schools and what they teaching and what they trying to force on our children. They making our children robbing, they innocent. They making our children out of homosexuals, lesbians, and in the name of freedom and choice and liberty. And then trying to say you are a bad parent if you turn your children away from this stupidity, foolishness, wickedness, and evilness. Our children should not have to be worried about getting head and sex and getting effed up the anus when they are children and babies. They supposed to be more focused on coloring, positive cartoons, not this wicked, evil, homosexual, monster, demonic cartoon they replaced our Flintstones and Bugs Bunny with now. But our children should not have to be worrying about pulling their pants down, getting sodomized, giving oral sex to people, even babies they age and grown up that want to see this stuff being done. This is nothing but witchcraft wrapped up in a package. That's all it is. And this is exactly what they're giving our children, because we don't have enough stand-up men and women willing to fight against this evilness. And when you don't fight against it, then it begins to fight against you. And because it hates you so bad, it makes you a prisoner to its iniquity and perversion. And with that being said, man, again, they are trying to make, I need y'all to understand this and see what they are calling this. Not what they are calling this. I'm going to tell you what they not calling it, but what it is. See, they not really saying that they want your children to suck dick. But that's exactly what they saying. They not putting it that way. They call it choice. Oh, this is the choice. No. You saying that you want my baby, my child, my son to suck dick, to get fucked in the ass. That's what you saying. I know I don't even talk like that, but you have to fight the enemy and expose him for what he is, and people have to see just how demonic that this stuff really is, and let's call it like it is. They are asking and requesting that your children, your babies, get fucked in the ass and suck dick. That's what they saying. Do you approve of these messages? Do you agree with these things? Should your 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-year-old child be forced to actually come to these terms and conditioning of being sodomized and sucking dick and eating pussy? Is this what they saying? This is exactly what they saying. Make no mistake about it. This is exactly what they saying when they package these things like this to give to your children, to teach and educate to your children, then try to force you into actually submitting to these things and calling you a bad parent when you don't agree to it. This is horrible. It is an abomination, and it is witchcraft. And let's call it exactly what it is. These are overgrown, perverted grown folks doing this. Think about what's going in their mind when they putting a dick on a baby doll that's dressed up like a female to sell to your children. And what parent go out of their way to buy this for their children? A more depraved, perverted parent also. You purchasing it purposely to bring home to your children, to tell them it's okay to do these things. Shame on y'all. I'm banging a gavel on all these clients. Shame on y'all. No, 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 no. You got to fight against this injustice. You do. You got to speak up. Because when you silent, you just as guilty. So your silence is actually a flag of guilt. That's exactly what it is. Do not be silent against these situations. Who cares? Say whatever you want to say. Do not sell out God. Do not sell out your integrity. Do not sell out your morality. And do not allow your children to be handed over to demons and devils in the name of choice and freedom. That's not choice. That's not freedom. Freedom is not the right to do wrong at somebody else's expense. That's not freedom. Freedom is the right to do what is right without being oppressed for it. You do not have the freedom to change what a man is when he's born a man. You do not have the freedom to change who a woman is when she's born a woman. You do not have the freedom to rewrite what real, true marriage is that God said it is. And a man will leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and the two will become one. That's what a real marriage is. A man and woman, not man and man, not woman on woman. You do not have the right to rewrite life, to rewrite God, to rewrite truth, to rewrite nature. That is not freedom. That is not freedom. And that's why it don't go right with nature. It don't even go right with nature. Even when you try to make it right, nature disagree with you. Even when you try to make it right, nature disagree with you. And every last one of y'all who sold out to the devil and demons, to this abomination, to this perversion, will all reap the judgment of the living God behind these actions. This is not love. Don't you ever let them tell you this is love. This is not love. Love is holy, righteous, and pure. And there is nothing holy, righteous, and pure about this whatsoever, which means it's not of love. And the opposite of love is hate, because this is exactly what this is. This is hate. Being inbred and being pushed into your families, in your home, in your children to destroy them. To destroy them. So do not surrender and submit to the God of idolatry. Do not submit to these demon and demonic devil forces. Do not surrender your family, your children, your morality, God, life to these situations and fight back. Because they are trying to rob your children. They are trying to rob them of their innocence. And they are doing it because you refuse to stand up, to fight, to say something about it. With that being said, this is battle truth. It ain't my judgment that's in question. It's yours.